Family, how y'all doing? So, fam, uh, today I want to share 5 spiritual awakening stages. Um, I've made a couple of videos like this before about stages of spiritual awakening, and I think in a lot of those videos I shared what I experienced, but also a lot that I've read. Like a lot of things that I've learned about these stages, spiritual awakening stages. But today I just want to share my experience from where I feel like this whole awakening journey started to where I am right now. I can't really speak, for the future. The more that time goes by on this journey, the more you realize that you don't know. Like, what is what Badu says in On and On? The man that knows something knows that he knows nothing at all. Once you learn a lot about you kind of realize you don't really know anything. This journey, everybody has their own, the way they explain how it goes and what's next. And this stage of complete enlightenment is where we're moving towards. And what is that? Like, how does that even look? Is that even possible as a human? What does complete enlightenment even look at? Would I even be able to live amongst humans at that stage? I don't know. So it's kind of like we don't really know. We don't know. So what I'm sharing is my experience from the time this journey started to where I am right now. We don't even know how many, like, I'm giving you 5 stages, but how do we know how many stages there really is? Like, what is a stage for me? What is a stage for you? You just don't know. How do we know if there's not a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? Yeah, you heard that. Not 7, 7. Not 11, 11. And not Florida, Florida. That's how that's how we sound sometimes down here, y'all. So, fam, 5 stages of spiritual awakening as experienced by me. So, number 1, stage 1 will be waking up, or I like to call it the wake up call, is when you actually start to really wake up to who you really are, what life is all about, the world that you're living in, the country that you're living in. You kind of learn that this really is the Matrix. Like, this shit really ain't real. Like, that is the real wake up. When you actually, what is the saying? That the truth will piss you off, but it'll set you free. That's kind of like the things you learn as you start to wake up. That's for me, at least, that's what the beginning was. You wake up to a lot of things about society, how we're all like these little robots, and this world, the way things run, it's not about us. It's about money. It's about control. That's what it's all about. Here's an example. Instead of people being prescribed or being really helped to live healthier lives, eat healthier, um, you know, um, take better care of themselves, they're prescribed a bunch of medications because it's about the money. You get they give you a prescription, and you're going to need another one. After you keep taking that one, then it'll lead you to need another one. And if it was really about us, then we would be prescribed better food, and better ways to take care of ourselves. You know, it goes real deep. I don't want to get into all that. Here's another example. As a massage therapist, right? I have lots of people who come to me because of different issues and illnesses that they have. For example, I have a woman who has lupus who comes and when she gets massages regularly from me, she doesn't even need her medication for lupus. So why are massage therapists not paid by insurance? I mean, that would be too fair, wouldn't it? That would be too right in the world. But let's not go all the way over there. So fam, that's number one. Waking up to the fact that this world you live in is not what you may have thought it was. And many of you may have already known, you know, but it's just certain things just start to stick out to you more. That this life and this world is really control and money. It's not really about us. We are just, you know, robots running around, programmed. As you can see, everybody's focused on all the same things. Everybody's society. What is the quote that Ralph used to say by Krishnamurti? It is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. And that's the truth. So that's number one. Waking up to what's really going on in this world, and that you're really in the matrix. That's the truth. That's number one. At least that's number one. That was number one for me. Number two would be the search or searching. And this is where you are searching for answers, and you may feel at this stage like you're just soaking in information, and you probably just can't stop yourself from reading and reading and reading. And I mean, just you might start learning things about the chakras and all these different type of things. Just searching and just soaking in information, and you just can't stop. I went through that phase. I would be up late. I'm talking about it'd be 12:1, and I'm just like reading. And I went through that stage of just being blown away, because I mean, I cried with the amount of things I learned about myself. The whole Kundalini experience that I had as younger and didn't know what the hell it was, and then researching and finding those symptoms, and just like, oh, the search. That's number two. And you may at this point in time also start trying to find your purpose. Like, what am I here for? What is meant for me? What am I supposed to be doing? What is my purpose? Like, I went through that too at that time. And that's when I became a personal trainer, because I was trying to escape this purpose right here. I was trying to do something a little more shallow, right? Because it is not challenging me. So therefore, I can teach people how to get your booty right and your abs tight. That's what I wanted to do. That was my focus. So I became a personal trainer, and then after studying and passing the test and doing all of that, I then realized I don't want to be no damn trainer. That was the ego. I don't want to train people. I might want to train myself, but no, that was the ego. I swear I was trying to avoid this right here. But searching and trying to find your purpose and trying to figure out answers and learn things. You probably learn a lot about the chakras and, you know, the symptoms, and, you know, these are the things that happen along the search. And you probably are searching because you're having all of these wild experiences, whether it's the number synchronicities that keep repeating themselves, or you having lucid dreaming and astral projection and all kind of stuff like that. It really makes you start to search for answers. It's almost as though the universe is like giving you this inspiration to kind of look and search and find and, you know, and heal, right? Because healing happens along like all of these stages, right? So that's number two. Searching and looking for answers, trying to find your purpose, That's the second stage, at least it was for me with spiritual awakening. Number 3 would be the dark night of the soul, ego death. At this time is where you may feel like you are just being abandoned by the universe, like depression, just like it's hard to even put that in words, that death of the ego. It really is just a way for you to actually become more humble and live more peacefully. That's what that ego death is really all about. You know, it's for you to see yourself without the protection of the ego, because that's what the ego does. You know, it protects you, you know, and of course we can't live without it. So, you know, it definitely has its you know, what we need. We need the ego, but it's difficult. That ego death, dark night of the soul, like that is just like, that is kind of like the transformation where you are going through the metamorphosis, like the butterfly. Ego death. I feel like one of the most, to me, difficult parts of the whole ego death for me was probably the realization that there's no going back. Like, once you really start to wake up, there is no going back. It's over. So it's almost as though, and it still happens now, I still juggle with it, when I try to reach back into that, you know, that ego life, and, you know, like even whether it's getting attention and taking pictures and stuff and trying to be cute, so like I get smacked. You don't want that kind of attention. That's not what you want. Your ego might want that, but your spirit and your soul, that doesn't want that. That's not what your spirit wants. So the whole ego death, dark night of the soul, that would be number 3, which is one of the most challenging and difficult times. But I just want you to know, if any of you are feeling like that, and you're going through that stage, I'm proof that you will come out on the other side feeling a whole lot better, you know, a lot more kind, a lot more humble, a lot more nurturing to yourself. They call the dark night of the soul like an initiation. And that's really what it feels like. So that's number 3. The dark night of the soul, the hopelessness, the, you know, just feeling alone and abandoned, and just kind of like you're going through healing because you're even realizing a lot of things about yourself, maybe things about your childhood, you know, things that may hurt you and upset you that you've been through. That's a difficult phase right there, but it's worth it, because there is a transformation happening and a deep level of healing happening with the dark night of the soul. So that's number 3. Number 4 would be trusting the universe, letting go and surrendering to the universe. That is what happens after the dark night of the soul. Trusting the universe and surrendering. I remember after, you know, coming through the whole dark night of the soul and, you know, coming out and now feeling like it's time for me to figure out what's next, and I was trying to find out what's the answers, and I started getting frustrated. I just didn't know what to do next. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? And I was getting so frustrated. One day, I remember sitting in the bed, and I was just like sitting there, and I was just like, I'm sick of this shit, you know? I'm sick of this shit. And I got so frustrated. And this is after like a period of time of just being so, like, after the dark night, and just like trying to find answers. And it was so frustrating. But that one day I was sitting in the house, and I was just like, damn. I said, you know what? Fuck it. Okay? I'm done. I don't care what happens anymore. And this was out of just anger and frustration. I'm like, I don't care what happens anymore. Whatever. I don't care. I'm gonna just focus on what I can control and forget about the rest. The moment I said that, my ear started ringing like so loud that it startled me. I just sat up like, who's there? It was almost like what I felt come over me at the time that ringing came in my ear. That at the time that ringing happened, what came over me was this feeling of like, oh shit, that's it. It was like, I don't know who it was. Ancestor, spirit, guides, higher self. Somebody was like, yes, you got it. That's what that was. It was a confirmation of me finally. That's why I said, my God, they be looking out for me. They be trying to cheer me on. They be like, you got to do this on your own, but we'll give you a little shout out every now and again. So as soon as I said, you know what, I don't care anymore. Whatever happens, happens. I don't care what happens. I was angry. I don't care. Whatever happens, that's it. I was like, what the hell? So what it was a confirmation of, yes, that's it. Now you got it. Stop trying to control everything. That's the answer. That's what it is. Stop trying to figure everything out. Sometimes that's what one of the steps are. That's what trusting the universe is. That's what surrendering is. Because I used to ask, like, I don't know how to surrender. What is it? And what it was is stop trying to figure everything out. Stop trying to find answers. When you've done what you can do, you sit back and just allow the universe to show you. That's what you do. You sit back and just allow the universe to show it to you. Stop trying to find an answer all the time. Because that is you trying to be in control. You want to know what's next. You want to know. You're not in control anyway, as much as you think you are. So stop trying to be in control. Stop trying to find answers and just let go and trust the universe. That is what surrendering is. And that was stage number 4 for me. But like I said, that woke me up. That ringing when I got frustrated, like, okay, I got it. Ancestors was like, yes, finally, sit your ass down. You got it. Stop trying to control everything and just allow the universe to show you what's next. So that's number 4. And number 5, where I feel like I am now, and that is shining your light, right? And shining your light doesn't mean that you have to be on, a platform talking to people and shit. That's not shining your light for everyone. That's not the case for everyone, even though many of you probably will do that. It doesn't mean that shining your light is actually living the life that you talk about. So if you're telling people to walk away from what no longer serves them, to heal, to raise their vibration, focus on healing themselves and doing good in the world, doing good towards themselves and others, if you're going to tell people to do that, then you got to be doing it too. So shining your light is not trying to force people to do anything, trying to tell people what they need to do. It's just you being the living proof, actually doing everything that you speak of and allowing people to see it and inspire just by actually showing people that what you say is how you live. And that's what inspires people to see that what you've decided actually works for you. The life that you chose and the path that you're following is actually working for you. That's how you shine your light, by being the example. So that's number 5, shining your light, and that's being unapologetically yourself, no matter how strange and weird it may seem to people. You're actually just being who you are. That's number 5. Being brave enough and bold enough to actually show people who you are and not being concerned about whether people like it or not, because you're going to gravitate to the people who are right for you anyway. So that's number 5, shining your light. Now, I didn't mention a lot of physical symptoms, too tough, Because the physical symptoms are going to vary from super subtle and mild to extreme with depending on the person, because not everybody is going to experience a Kundalini energy shooting up the spine, and it's nothing to be jealous of, by the way, just so you know. It's nothing to desire, okay? It ain't no damn joke, okay? Because I felt like I was being tortured for many years thinking that I was cursed, okay? So, yeah. Yeah. So the symptoms, you know, the physical symptoms. We have the chakras that are opening. So you're going to feel probably things from emotional to actually out of body experiences, even visits by spirit and, you know, things like that. Those are symptoms for some people. Not everybody has this this gift of connecting to spirit, or even like these out of body experiences, and not everybody has that. That's not, you know, everybody's path. Many people don't even want that to be their path, and I don't blame you. But that's it, fam. Just wanted to make a video sharing my idea of spiritual awakening stages, you know, off of what I've experienced. So that's it, fam. I did this pretty quick. I got a bunch of stuff to do today. Got to get me a workout in and do something with these girls because, you know, they're not in school for the summer and they want to get on my nerves. So, fam, I'll see y'all next time. Peace and blessings.